Good evening, guys. So, I am doing a tarot reading fundraiser to help my best friend Samantha Gray, Sammy, raise funds to go on a amazing journey with Carita Smile. Let me check the connection really quick. I think that's actually going to help. So my best friend Sammy is going to the Dominican Republic with Carita Smile. And this is going to, their Carita Smile's motto is random acts of kindness. So what my best friend Sammy is doing is going over there to accompany them on their trip. And they collect toys and many different things to give to the families, food, all these different supplies. And they really get to know the families over there. And their primary focus is really getting to get to know the women and children over there. And of course, that trickles out to the entire family. And so I am doing a reading to help her gain the funds. And I have posted the GoFundMe account link below. And anything she accumulates after the amount of what she needs is being donated directly to Carita Smile to help the families over there. So, let's begin. We are doing a reading on this coming year, 2019. So, I'm going to start off with doing my what I do. And if you guys have questions, please, I welcome them. And I'm going to do the best I can with the view of the camera and also responding. Because I had to set up my own little contraption. So, let me get this all set. Oh, wow, it's not bad. Okay, so taking out my deck. And here we go. For 2019. What in the world just happened? Oh, I had one card backwards. Okay. Alright. Calling in spirit, Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel. Seven Masters, all higher consciousnesses involved, to provide a clear reading for the year to come, 2019. Okay, so I always start with the foundation card. It's the Eight of Cups. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to do the best I can. Okay, so I'm going to do the general year, and then I'm going to add this over here and here. Alright, so we have the foundation of the reading is, hi Marie, we have the foundation of the reading for 2019 is the Eight of Cups. It looks like it's going to be a very intuitive, emotional year. And it's a stepping ladder. I'm going to show the card. We have the Eight of Cups. If you look at the, we have the Pisces, and we also have Saturn here. So it means big changes to come emotionally, and resetting our emotions at a new level. We're climbing up the ladder. We're not going down the ladder. We're being able to be more in tune with spirit and allowing spirit to guide those emotional responses instead of reactions into responses. And so that is the foundation of the reading. So big changes and being in tune with spirit. So we go up the ladder with the Ace of Coins. It's a new way of looking at hey Caitlin, a new way of looking at our journey. It's a new journey in abundance. We are looking at what we see and what we associate our abundance with. Is it money? Is it family? Is it friends? Is it it's setting that foundation at the very beginning of what our abundance is and how it's gonna flow. And where what emotions are we putting into it? Are we living through the heart space with these emotions that is attached to this beginning journey of abundance? So then we move over to Upside Down Chariot. It's a focus card. I'm seeing at this as it's going to be a journey this year, and we're going to have to pay attention. The Chariot represents the journey of, in the emotional journey, we have the Cancer right here. This emotional journey continues, and so it's really paying attention to the signs and how the flow is going, and not always being up here, allowing for us to understand what feels right and what doesn't feel right, because that solar plexus, that tone is now being set during this transit right now, the Sag energy. So what we're paying attention to right now is how we're setting that tone, and so it looks like at the very beginning it may take time to gain speed with the Chariot and to slow down and just get our priorities in order at the very beginning with Capricorn. Really understanding how we want to set this year up and allowing for, as we go into the bigger picture of things, what we want it to look like, and what we want it to feel like, because that feeling is going to set the entire tone for the rest of the year. And we look at, as we take this little stroll down the year, we get to an upside down Three of Wands. Major opportunities are going to arise, but we're going to have to pay attention to them. We're going to have to allow ourselves to say yes or to say no. What options are going to be for our highest and best? Because I guarantee you, there's going to be a lot of opportunities that we didn't necessarily see before in the years past, especially this past year. So we're progressing. It's allowing for us to choose what's the highest road, and what's it doesn't have to be a hard one. If we choose, we can choose it to be very easy. And so it's taking that sun energy and shining light to our opportunities, and it's taking that we'll turn it up this way, so because it's a pay attention card. Looking at that Aries energy and where we want to take action. So, beginning journey, let's recap. Beginning journey of abundance, allowing for the flow to get started and allowing for us to get our priorities in order, for us to make these decisions on these new opportunities that are about to arise. And a lot of this is going to be done like towards the middle of the year. We're really going to have to go inward. We're really going to have to go inward and attract our opportunities in dream time. Going in intuitively with spirit and allowing for an etheric foundation so that we can actualize things even faster. And that is going to bring us to a whole new reality. Because the next card, as we balance this energy out, and we can do this in the beginning of the year, we've learned more, But we're providing balance in this of balancing our opportunities and being connected with spirit in a new way. It's going to lead us to the palace. This new foundation of magic and miracles. It's setting that foundation. Hey, Sammy. It's setting that foundation of magic and miracles and knowing what is best for us. So, that etheric foundation we just set is now being actualized. It's the fire energy as well. Then, at the top, we have the Eight of Swords. And it's allowing us, this is a challenging one, if we perceive it to be. But it's really linking both sides of the mind together. Both sides of the heart. Every aspect to us, right? And molding it together to communicate how easy it is to attract these magic and miracles. And within the magic and miracles, we're showing this to others. We're communication, is the key to life. It's allowing for us to really get through the mind. Give me one moment. I have to pause this for a moment. I need you to be quiet. I apologize. The energy got a little interesting. So, with these swords, one thing that we know about the sword is it can be used as a foundation. It can be used as something that aids us. And when we have multiple, and it allows us to understand what power we hold through our communication. In King Arthur's time, the sword wasn't necessarily always used for fighting. It was used to communicate a message. Those who had the sword had great power in what they spoke. So we're using this energy, and that's what the main message of this year is that our words are powerful, that our thoughts are powerful. So let's use them to help people. Let's use them to empower us and create an amazing year. Okay? So, on the divine feminine side, we have the Knight of Swords. This journey through the divine feminine is going to be through the mind, through communication. It's allowing for our divine feminine to communicate in a way that that it's going to allow for flow and really communicating that outward. And then we have the divine masculine. It's the bigger picture. This Aquarius energy. And if you look at the card, it's the Seven of Swords. He's carrying a lot on his back. And if you realize that, you know, what you take on, sometimes you need a little help. And that's why we have the other side of the coin. We have the horse to help us carry us through. So allowing for both of us to work as one complete team, and the divine masculine and the divine feminine within us, so that we don't feel burdened. We don't feel like there's too much on us. And that comes with, when we need help, we ask for it. We communicate that. And that's where this is coming in. And saying, hey, I got your back, buddy, because this is a little too much for you to carry. Okay, so I kind of want to clear this a bit and go through the months. Okay? We're going to start with January, which consists of primarily the Capricorn energy. Alright, so the card for January is... See, you're seeing it before I do. The Hermit. It's going within. During the month of January that consists of the Capricorn energy, it's really understanding what our mission is this year. Going inward with it and allowing ourselves to prioritize. Allowing ourselves to really understand what we're doing this for, and taking charge in this, right? Like, why are we here? Why are we doing what we're doing? Is it going to help us? Is it going to help somebody else? And that's kind of like where we get into about the end of January, because we're like, we want to do something for a bigger purpose, which is that Aquarius energy. So really going inward and understanding that first. So that's January. Then we got for February. Oh, this is just funny. One of the same cards. It's really going inward again and balancing out in the ethers what intentions we want. What is our intention for the bigger picture? And as we go into February, we hold the energies of Aquarius and also Pisces. So really getting in tune with ourselves and balancing it out and setting this etheric foundation, like we spoke earlier, to attract magic and miracles and allow for others to see them, for ourselves to see them. So then we go into March, where the spring comes, and we're finding balance. It's the Justice card. It's the primary energies of March is the Pisces energy, really being in tune with spirit and understanding the balance of things and what spirit is saying to us. We're getting in tune with our spirituality. We're getting in tune with spirit, with our ascended masters, our angels. our higher selves and saying, all right, what are we going to do with it? Because the next energy within March is Aries. So, what actions are we planning on taking? So let's recap. We got 3. We got going inward, setting a harmonious balance within ourselves, and understanding our intentions, and really balancing this energy out to understand how we're going to act. What's our next move? So, what comes next? April. 5 of Coins. So, the 5 of Coins is, has the Mercury, okay, which is all about communication, and the Taurus energy, which is all about manifestation. How are we communicating our manifestations? One, to ourselves. What are we worth? That's what this card is asking us. What are we worth? And are we really taking actions to do so? Because part of April is both the Aries energy and the Taurus energy. So, what actions are we actually taking to show what our self-worth is to see these manifestations? So are we going out there and saying, I'm just gonna get by? Or are we going out there and saying, hey, I'm gonna put all of myself in this moment to do the best I can and really make a difference in my life, in your life, and in each other's lives? So, using our voice with this one, our communication skills to manifest this. That's April. We got May coming up. May is all about the Queen of Cups. May holds the energies of Taurus and also Gemini. Okay? So, where in this are we becoming the queen of our emotions? Where are we manifesting balanced emotions? And where are we using our divine feminine energy? And how are we communicating this? Where are we using this energy? So, part of being a queen is understanding that at times we may have to uphold a different structure to say what we have to say, to do what we have to do. And it's really setting that new tone of the queen. The queen allows for herself to take care of her kingdom or queendom and really understand those people within her kingdom or queendom, and also take the actions necessary and allow for a abundant kingdom or queendom. How are we doing this? So in May, we will be discovering a new emotional tone in communicating this. So we got June. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is, so we're in June, and that's where the Gemini and the Cancer energy is held. Okay? So, communicating our emotions. After we've just set a new emotional tone, we're now going on the journey of expressing it. Okay? Through the mouth, through our words, through our mind, right? but also Cancer energy as well. Through literally communicating with ourselves that we need to nurture ourselves, and get ourselves into the truest alignment in order to help other people. So, it's really understanding that new journey that we're taking through the mind and through the soul, like through our emotions. It's really working on the solar plexus, because both Gemini and Cancer energies are centered out of the solar plexus energy. So that's the first half of the year. Recap. So we're taking an inward journey and really understanding what our priorities are. We're going inward to balance out and understand what our intentions are for the year. We're then using that energy to balance out to be able to take action. Understanding our self-worth and really putting our all into it. Setting a new emotional tone and being able to express those emotions for the first time with that new emotional tone. Now, we have July. The King of Coins. So the King of Coins is all about that lion energy, right? The king is the king. The king understands his self-worth, understands who he is at, what he's worth, what he's able to do, how he's able to change things on this earth throughout his kingdom. So in July, we work with the Cancer energy of really nurturing ourselves and understanding ourselves. And then we get into the Leo energy of July. And we're being the lion. We're creating. We're holding this new resonance of love from the king perspective. Okay? So we're really understanding how to love ourselves in a deeper way and showing others how to do the same. So there we go. And that love is the key to our manifestation. So then we get into August. Knight of Coins. This is hilarious. Okay, so after we've literally gone through the king of understanding what we're worth and how we should love ourselves, and we should love ourselves like a king, we take a journey. We take a journey with that love, that Leo energy, because it's still a part of August. Okay? We take that journey with the love into the becoming of who we are, why we do what we do. We use that Virgo energy of the woman, okay? Of really understanding our self-worth on this earth, okay? That sacred spot of love, okay? And really understanding a new way of healing ourselves through the earth. And how maybe we can help others on this journey on the earth. So, September. September. We have the Four of Coins. Isn't this lovely? So the energies of September is the Virgo energy of the becoming, and the Libra energy. And the Four of Coins is setting that foundation, those four corners of really getting our manifestations in line, okay? Of understand who we are, how and what we're worth. We went through love and understanding that new love for ourselves, and now we're really becoming that and balancing it out and understanding how it operates, how these coins, how this manifestation, how our self-worth operates when we're truly aligned with our self and with spirit and with our mission. So then we get to October. I love October. And it's the Ten of Coins. We're really going to understand what it means to really have a balance in things, that it starts to flourish, okay? So we've balanced out, hey Pat, we've balanced out these energies now. Hi Mary. And understand how this business works, of who we are, where our love is coming from, what our self-worth is, and now we're about to really go big or go home with it, and we're going to get intricate with it. We're going to go deep. Because in October, we hold both the Libra energies of balance, and we hold the Scorpio energy of things can get a little bit intense towards the end, because we're understanding things from a new point of view of the depth of how much we can give to ourselves and give to others when we really understand the process of how we tick and how the world ticks, and how that the simple ingredient of love can change the alchemy of anything. And then we get into November of next year. And we have the Queen of Swords. Alright. So the Queen of Swords during this, in November, the change, okay? We have all these new manifestations of what just flourished out of October. And now we're really understanding how to communicate with others more. We're balancing out this energy within whether we should go that deep or not. Really understanding the flow of Scorpio. And that we don't necessarily have to go deep on everything, but it's a harmonious balance. It is a water sign. Proud to say I'm a Scorpio. And then communicating that with ourselves and others into a new perspective, because that's where we begin the Sag energy of magic and belief, and that's where we start communicating this balance to one another, this air quality, okay, of balancing out, moving from a water sign to a fire sign, okay? So it's going to get really interesting during November of all the changes and how we're communicating with each other, that it's gonna get interesting, and it's gonna be pretty cool. Then we get to December of next year, 1 year from now. This is what it's gonna look like. An upside down hangman, a new perspective. I mean, that's just great. That's just great. So it's this energy in December of looking at things from a way new perspective, from a new sense of spirit, a a new connection with spirit, a new connection with our heart. We have just made a full transit, okay? We've got a whole new alchemic setup within our chakra system on how we look at things. From the very tippy top of our crown, connecting with spirit, into our intuition with spirit, down to how we communicate things, that emotional tone we've set for ourselves in the heart spot, connecting our heart and our soul together, creating new sacredness within ourselves, and really grounding this energy. We have a new perspective on life. So, let me recap the year, just for those who maybe have not seen the whole thing. We are, in January, going inward to prioritize what our mission is. What does it look like? Then we go into February with setting a new way of looking at intentions, right? And going inward and doing things in the etheric and understanding it from a new spiritual point of view. So, inward intentions, and now we're balancing out those new intentions in how we want to act with this. How are we going to act throughout the next year, and what is going to set us up for the highest and best? What is our self-worth when we hit April? How do we perceive ourselves? How do we look at ourselves? And is it the highest and best? We have a new self-worth now, and we move into a new emotional tone of the Queen, and how we perceive and how we treat ourselves, and how we treat ourselves on that emotional sense. And now we're going to take that journey with those new set emotions as we've gone through January, February, March, April, we just did May, and now in June, taking a journey with those emotions and how we just set a new tone for those emotions, and we're responding differently. Rather than reacting, we're responding. When we get to July, we're setting a new tone of love for ourselves, and taking that love to a new level of how it changes the world, and how it'll change our own heart on this earth, and what we're doing with it. And then we take a journey with that new love for ourselves and our new love for this world we're on. We take a journey in September. And then we balance it out in September. Okay? I'm sorry, August, then September. We balance it out in September. This new foundation that we're setting for ourselves of everything that we've just done prior to. Setting that new emotional tone, those intentions, all of it. That new communication with ourselves. We're setting a new balance and a new foundation for us to flourish by the time we get to October. To hit new heights with it. Our manifestations, bam, 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 bam. And then we're communicating at new depths and balancing out our communication. And then we move into a new perspective on this communication to a grand brand new perspective on life and belief and how we want to restructure the following year. So I thank you so much for those who have participated and watched this reading for the year to come. And I hope that this helps all of you out there. And if you feel led during this video to help somebody on this journey as they're leaving in January to do what was just set out in front of us, and really taking action to better so many lives in this process. If you feel led, please help my friend Samantha Gray out, and help us get her there. And who knows, the next trip could be you going out there and changing the world in a whole new way. And remember, we can change the world in a whole new way just by waking up every morning, setting a clear intention from spirit in alignment with spirit within ourselves. By living in the heart space every single morning, we can change a life by just waking up and being there and walking and doing and communicating. It's not about going on a grand journey, but those who do get to do that, it's all the more better. You know? Each day is a journey. So let's be in the moment and take and soak up every bit of it to help each other out. And really make this year a year that we can be proud of, that really connects us together as a whole. Because we're all connected through one thing: love. And when we love each other, that's all that matters. It's really allowing ourselves to communicate that to one another, to express that to one another, and allowing that to be our sole mission for this year is love. Thank you. I love you all. Divine, beautiful souls. Namaste.